I'm used to living with very little. I've lived in a van, traveled around the world in a backpack, and gone camping, but I have never lived with nothing at all. The hunt for our luggage still continues. They said that someone picked it up 7 hours ago, but it's still not here.
I'm tired. I'm sad.
I have a lot of really valuable items in there. This week, in the middle of a 2-month trip around Europe, my partner and I unexpectedly lost our luggage, and we were left with only the clothes on our back.
Pasta good? Really? The first pasta in Italy. Honestly, we have been bougie today. We also flew business class for the first time in our entire lives.
We've had a really long travel day. We left our friends in Croatia and Dubrovnik, and we flew to Venice. But along the way, we had a layover, and because our first flight got delayed, we ended up having to quickly change our flights. We were originally going to go to Vienna, where we would have a layover, but instead that got changed to Frankfurt, Germany, and unfortunately, our baggage did not follow us.
I feel like I've heard a lot of horror stories about luggage, but I'm happy to be here still. It's gonna be really fun. I just don't want to be wearing these jeans in this top
for a month. Our luggage is still not here and there are still no updates. I woke up, took a shower, checked the tracking, and there is no updates online. So we called the Zagreb airport where we are tracking with our air tag that it is there, but the lady was not very helpful. She seemed kind of frustrated. There was a little bit of a language barrier as well, and I feel like maybe she couldn't fully understand us, but yeah, she was like, "What do you mean it's here? Like, you are in Venice." And we were like, well, it was lost, and also we have an air tag, so we know that it's in Zagreb. And at the end of the call, she basically ended up just telling us that it was on the way to Venice and will be here at 1 p.m. But our online tracking doesn't show that, and it was kind of hard to understand her. Like, that's how I interpreted it, but I don't know for sure if that's what she meant. And also, I cannot find a flight from Zagreb, even non-direct, that gets here at 1 p.m. So fingers crossed I'm just missing something and it magically shows up here, but I'm not gonna let it ruin my day. I feel like early on in my travels, I would totally let something like this ruin my trip and my day. And I'm in Italy. I love Italy. It's one of my favorite countries. Italian is one of my favorite languages. I'm in one of the most beautiful and extravagant rooms I've ever stayed in. We are also with Tori's family, and I've never traveled internationally with them, so there's so much to look forward to. I'm really excited, and I'm not going to let this luggage dampen my mood, so let's start the day with some complimentary breakfast from this hotel. Tori's mom has dreamed of traveling to Italy her whole life, and it's her first time here, so I feel really grateful to be able to share this memory with their family and be part of it all. I remember the first time I went to Italy, I was in awe of every building and I was wowed by every meal here. It opened my eyes to a completely different culture, one where people enjoy everything boldly and unapologetically. But I have to be honest, Venice isn't my favorite place in Italy, mainly because I find it to be a little overly touristic. 20 million people visit Venice every year, but there are only about 50,000 locals. Regardless, Venice is one of those places you just have to go to at least once. The canals are so picturesque, and it's a really unique city that's built on 118 small islands. It has been a full day in Venice wearing these purple pants, which I didn't really want to wear today, but this is what I wore to the airport and there's no other option. But I did get a notification that the luggage is found in Venice. It arrived in Venice and it's on its way. That was an hour ago when they told me that. There's still no sign of it, but I'm really hopeful. At this point, I just have to wait, have a really good day here, and hope that it comes. One thing that did happen was that Tori's luggage did get separated at a certain point, or at least we think it did, because she's tracking hers and it says it's still in Frankfurt, and she has not gotten the notification that it is on its way or that it landed in Venice. So at some point, hopefully tonight, both of our luggages will come, and hopefully we're not playing tag with them this entire trip, because that would truly be a disaster. We went on the gondola today and it was an absolutely beautiful and really peaceful ride. I feel like it's just one of those things you have to do if you're in Venice. And now we're just going to continue to explore. We might go to a restaurant. It's our last night here and really our only full day here, so we're going to take full advantage of it. So my luggage is still lost. It has now been 2 days officially, and they said that someone picked it up 7 hours ago, but it's still not here. And there's no way it should take 7 hours to get here, so it's kind of troubling because tomorrow early in the morning we wake up and we leave. I wish I could just pick it up at the Venice airport, but I'm pretty sure someone's picked it up already. We call them, they tell us, oh, it's on this flight. It's gonna be there for sure by this time, and it's not. And then they tell us, oh no, but it's definitely going to be on this flight. And it's definitely going to be here by then. And it's not. And they tell us, oh, it's in Venice. No, but her tracking shows it's in Frankfurt, Germany. So it's not in Venice. I hope and I pray tomorrow morning it's going to miraculously show up. Tori's is going to miraculously show up. And I'll see you guys then.
Your luggage is here.
I see it.
You see it? Oh, there it is.
Oh, I'm so sad yours isn't on this phone.
I'm happy for you.
I'm happy, but like, what the fuck?
Ciao.
Ciao.
They're taking it all the way.
What?
They're taking it all the way to the desk.
Yeah, they got you. Got my luggage back, and I'm really happy about it, but Tori still hasn't gotten hers back, and they actually said that it's in Venice, but she tracked her air tag in the luggage and it's still in Germany. So this has honestly been a really chaotic process, and I'm gonna update you guys more on it later, but we're just gonna find a coffee shop and we're waiting for our transportation to Florence right now. We took a really beautiful boat taxi over here, and it has just been so nice in Venice. I've loved it. We're driving 3 hours from Venice to Florence, and Tori and I both get a little nauseous, so we're just gonna go into this shop that has vegan snacks. So the vegan restaurant actually was closed, but I went next door and I got some pasta. I haven't opened it up to confirm that it looks vegan, but hopefully it is. And I'm just walking to wait for the bus, and then hopefully I'll have a little bit of time to eat this before we go. They also didn't give me forks though, so I don't really know how I'm gonna do this, but. Got a last minute notification that Tori's luggage is in Florence, so we're at the airport right now.
Devono recuperare la valigia che hanno spedito qui. Sì, io house.
Victoria Prince.
I told them I'm here to pick up my luggage, and they said 1 minute, and they're gonna try to find it. I almost didn't recognize it because it looks so scratched up.
She got it back. She got it back. I'm so happy. Wow, this is like the best possible outcome. We only had it lost for 2 days. We got mine recovered just in time before we left, like literally 30 minutes before we left. And now we have Tori's as soon as we arrived in Florence. This is amazing. We made it to our hotel and Tori got her luggage back. So we're just gonna do a quick freshen up, especially for her. Oh, she's a little car sick.
Very car sick.
But she got her luggage back, so that's amazing. And the place we're staying is so beautiful. We're right outside of it right now. It's Hotel Minerva in Florence. And there's live music happening, there's a flea market, and this is such a beautiful building. There's a few things you have to do when you're in Florence. You have to see the Statue of David, you have to climb up the Duomo, you have to go on a wine tour, and you have to explore the markets. We only had a few days here, but we managed to squeeze in some of the most important sites, and one of my favorite memories was climbing 500 steps to the top of the Duomo. there's little pocket holes along the way with really cool views. Almost there.
500 steps to get to the top of the Duomo. It's a lot.
We are apparently on the very last staircase, which is good because every single time I get to the top of one, I feel like it might be the last one, but no, there's always one on top. It's definitely the most steep of the sections, but I think we're making it to the top now. We split up from Tori's family because we are going to get some vegan tortellini. One of our friends did a study abroad in Florence and said it was one of her favorite restaurants in Florence, so we're gonna get that. And I'm really excited because we actually haven't had that many vegan meals at like vegan restaurants. We've been going to non-vegan restaurants with Tori's family and just getting the vegan option, which has still been amazing because the pasta is so fresh. But I'm really excited to see how this is. I'm gonna try my first bite. Tori said it's the best thing she's had in Italy yet. Oh my god, a lot of flavor. That's so good.
Io la segno ora su da comprare.
hotel we've stayed at in Italy, and this one has a vegan corner, which I'm really excited about. So there's vegan pastries, and I'm also going to get some rice and broccoli. I'm gonna have some tea because I was sick the last couple days. These gardens, it's kind of like an outdoor museum with a lot of statues. It's Boboli Gardens in Florence, and I'm walking up this massive hill trying to get to the top because apparently the view is really beautiful, but I haven't seen any pictures of it or anything, so this will be the first time I see it. Okay, I think I made it to the top, and the view I can already see is really beautiful. Today has been filled with a lot of uphill walking and a lot of really pretty views of the city, which has been really cool because we've explored it pretty thoroughly down below, but seeing it from up high, you can really just see how condensed of a city it is. It's actually not that big. There's like only 300,000 people, a lot of tourists though, so it feels a lot bigger than it actually is in terms of the local population. I found a little place to sit while I wait for the rest of Tori's family to get up here, but I see these boys sitting on this bench, and I just think it's kind of cute because the bush, it's been trimmed so that people can sit there, and it just looks like a little nook, like an arch basically in the bush. It's so cute. I don't know if you can see it right there, and then over here is the view. I also realized that I have totally forgotten to update you guys on the luggage situation because everything was so chaotic. We got the luggage, Tori and I both got it on the same day, but it was a really stressful situation. In the end, it really did work out for the best, and I feel like we're already looking back on the moment and just laughing about it. The only experiences and stories we know from lost luggage is my family's and Tori's families, which have been pretty bad. I don't know, I feel like with those stories we were a little stressed and the communication was really bad. Miraculously, mine did come by the time we left, but it was literally right before we left, like I got my luggage and I had about 15 minutes to change and get ready, and then we immediately left. And after we left Venice, we had like a 3-hour drive to Florence. Tori's luggage was still in Germany, and we decided to just like enjoy the drive and not think about it. But towards the end of the drive, I was like, I'm kind of curious, so I called the airline and they were like, oh, your baggage is actually in Florence. So they knew we were going to Florence next, and we got it, and it was just so amazing to have it back within 2 days, because we really were worried it was going to take much longer than that. We have a lot of really valuable items in there, but we've learned a lot since then. We're taking a wine tour right now. I was really sick yesterday, but now I'm ready to drink some wine.